Om is a mantra and mystical Sanskrit sound of Hindu origin, sacred and important in various dharmic religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sanatana Dharma and Jainism. The syllable is also referred to as Omkara or Omkara, literally syllable, and in Sanskrit it is sometimes referred to as pranava, literally that which is sounded out loudly. Om or Om is also written O3M, Om, where 3 is pluta, 3 times as long, indicating a length of 3 morae, that is, the time it takes to say 3 syllables, an overlong nasalized close mid-back-rounded vowel, though there are other enunciations adhered to in received traditions. It is placed at the beginning of most Hindu texts as a sacred incantation to be intoned at the beginning and end of a reading of the Vedas or prior to any prayer or mantra. It is used at the end of the invocation to the god being sacrificed to, anuvakya, as an invitation to and for the latter to partake of.
Name, phonology and written representation.
The Sanskrit name for the syllable is pranava, from a root nu to shout, sound, verbal pranu being attested is to make a humming or droning sound in the Brahmanas, and taking the specific meaning of to utter the syllable Om in the Chandogya Upanishad and the Shorter Sutras. More rarely used terms are aksara, lit symbol, character, or akaksara, lit one symbol, character, and in later times Omkara becomes prevalent. Phonologically, the syllable is /om/, which is regularly monophthongized to in Sanskrit. It is sometimes also written with pluti, as O3M, notably by Arya Samaj. When occurring within a Sanskrit utterance, the syllable is subject to the normal rules of Sandhi in Sanskrit grammar, however with the additional peculiarity that after preceding a or a, the o of Om does not form vriddhi, or, but guna, o, per Panini 6.1.95, that is Om. The Om symbol is a ligature of Devanagari O, U plus 0913, plus N, U plus 0901, Om, encoded in Unicode at U plus 0950 AUM, the Tibetan script variant AUM at U plus OFOO, the Tamil variant at U plus OBDO, and the Chinese version and at U plus 5535 or U at U plus 543D.
Hinduism.
The syllable Om is first described as all-encompassing mystical entity in the Upanishads. Today, in all Hindu art and all over Nepal and India, Om can be seen virtually everywhere, a common sign for Hinduism and its philosophy and theology. Hindus believe that as creation began, the divine, all-encompassing consciousness took the form of the first and original vibration manifesting as sound Om. Before creation began it was Shunyakasha, the emptiness or the void. Shunyakasha, meaning literally no sky, is more than nothingness, because everything then existed in a latent state of potentiality. The vibration of Om symbolizes the manifestation of God in form, Saguna Brahman. Om is the reflection of the absolute reality, it is said to be Adi Anadi, without beginning or the end and embracing all that exists. The mantra Om is the name of God, the vibration of the Supreme. When taken letter by letter, Aum represents the divine energy, Shakti, united in its 3 elementary aspects, Brahma Shakti, creation, Vishnu Shakti, preservation, and Shiva Shakti, liberation, and or destruction.
Early Vedantic literature.
The syllable is mentioned in all the Upanishads, specially elaborated upon in the Taittiriya, Chandogya and Mandukya Upanishads set forth as the object of profound religious meditation, the highest spiritual efficacy being attributed not only to the whole word but also to the 3 sounds a, akara, u, ukara, m, makara, of which it consists. Akara means form or shape like earth, trees, or any other object. Ukara means formless or shapeless like water, air or fire. Makara means neither shape nor shapeless, but still exists, like the dark energy content of the universe. When we combine all 3 syllables we get Aum, which is a combination of Akara, Ukara, and Makara. The Katha Upanishad states. The Chandogya Upanishad, 1.1.1-1, states. The Bhagavad Gita, 8.13 states that in Bhagavad Gita, 9.17 Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, the Sama and the age of Vedas. The Bhagavad Gita, 17.23 has. In the following sutra it emphasizes, the repetition of Om should be made with an understanding of its meaning.
Puranic Hinduism.
In Puranic Hinduism, Om is the mystic name for the Hindu Trimurti, and represents the union of the three gods, viz. A for Brahma, U for Vishnu and M for Mahad, which is another name of Shiva. The three sounds also symbolize the three Vedas, namely, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. According to Hindu philosophy, see Mandikaya Upanishad, the letter A represents creation, when all existence issued forth from Brahma's golden nucleus. The letter U refers to Vishnu, the god of the middle who preserves this world by balancing Brahma on a lotus above himself, and the letter M symbolizes the final part of the cycle of existence, when Brahma falls asleep and Shiva has to breathe in so that all existing things have to disintegrate and are reduced to their essence to him. More broadly, Om is said to be the primordial sound that was present at the creation of the universe. It is said to be the original sound that contains all other sounds, all words, all languages and all mantras. The Mandikaya Upanishad is entirely devoted to the explanation of the syllable. The syllable consists of three phonemes, A, Vaishvanara, U, Hiranyagarbha, and M, Ishvara, which symbolize the beginning, duration, and dissolution of the universe and the associated gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, respectively.
Advaita.
In Advaita philosophy it is frequently used to represent three subsumed into one, a triune, a common theme in Hinduism. It implies that our current existence is mithya and maya, falsehood, that in order to know the full truth we must comprehend beyond the body and intellect the true nature of infinity. Essentially, upon moksha, mukti, samadhi, one is able not only to see or know existence for what it is, but to become it. When one gains true knowledge, there is no split between knower and known, one becomes knowledge consciousness itself. In essence, Om is the signifier of the ultimate truth that all is one.
Jainism.
In Jainism, Om is regarded to be a condensed form of reference to the Pancha Paramasthi, by their initials A plus A plus A plus U plus M, O3M. The Dravidias Om Graha quotes a Prakrit line. Thus, on NMH, Om Nama, is a short form of the Nava mantra.
Buddhism.
Esoteric Buddhists place Om at the beginning of their Vidya Sadaksari, Om Mani Padme Hum, as well in as most other mantras and dharanis. Moreover, as a seed syllable, a bija mantra, Om is considered holy in esoteric Buddhism. In Buddhist texts of East Asian provenance, Om is often written as the Chinese character An, pinyin An, or Wang, pinyin Wang. A key distinction should be made here between Buddhism as it arose in Nepal, and Buddhism after the migration of the teachings to Tibet under the guidance of Padmasambhava. In its original form, Buddhism in Nepal was characterized mainly by types of mindfulness meditation and did not involve the chanting of Om or of mantras. The chanting of Om is not mentioned even a single time in the Pali Canon, oldest known teachings attributed to the Buddha, or Visuddhimagga, ancient commentary on the Pali Canon.
Onkar in Sikhism.
Onkar, in modern Punjabi spelt out as Ihkooankar, but iconically represented as Geo. In the Guru Granth Sahib, although sometimes spelt out in full as Eknkaru, is the statement of the uniqueness of God in Sikhism, and is commonly translated simply as one God. Within the phrase, Ik is the Punjabi word for one, and Onkar figuratively means God, but literally means creator of Om. The suffix kar derived from the verb create, work, or action. Thus, although Om is referenced, Sikhism uses it only to starkly emphasize its monotheism without subscribing to its philosophy in and of itself.
Modern reception.
The Brahmic script Om ligature has become widely recognized in Western counterculture since the 1960s. As to its precise graphic form, the Vedic or Indian is what most Westerners are used to, and the Tibetan alphabet is less widespread in popular culture. Even Tibetan handicrafts made in India tend to use the Nepali script for recognizability.